Hi guys, Mike Martin here. Right, welcome to the very first video of the hybrid lead generation model. Now, we've designed a course. It's going to be a 13 video course for people who want to get started in lead generation and don't know how to get started, are struggling to make the first few quid out of it. So we've done a 13-step video course. This is the very first one, and they'll all be added on here over a period of time. And it's especially for the rank and rent industry, meaning that is where you're going to get started. So this is the first video, and each video will have a little video 1, video 2, video 3 in the top corner so you can understand what it is. The 12th and 13th video are titled Outsourcing You. So at this point, you're going to be looking at actually outsourcing yourself and no longer working in your business. And video number 13, the very final one, is called Sell and Retire. So that gives you an idea of the process we're looking at, okay? But we all have to start in somewhere, and today's video is choosing your niche. So today I'm just going to go through how to choose your niche and how to make a good decision. It's probably one of the most asked questions. A lot of people say, how do I choose a niche? How do I know it's going to make money? How do I know it's going to be profitable? Well, it's actually quite an easy process if you know what you're doing. And if you go the wrong way, you can end up investing thousands or hundreds or in some cases tens of thousands into industries that are never actually going to make a profit. They're never going to get a good following. Okay, so first of all, very simple, very easy. Here's a checklist of things you must say yes to, and there is a download underneath the video where you can download the PDF checklist, so you've got that checklist. Okay, so step number 1, are you interested in the industry? Right, now this probably sounds stupid because people will think to themselves, well, I don't really give a shit if I'm interested in the industry because I want to make money in it. Does it make money? But you've got to realize, if you're going to start a rank and rent business, if you're going to start a lead generation business in any industry, no matter how big or small, you need to be slightly interested in what it is you're doing. Okay, there's tons of industries out there. We're all interested in something. We all get a bit fascinated in something. We all, like, a lot of people do home DIY because they enjoy it. So in that situation, a handyman industry is perfect for you. Okay, whereas other people like me, I find it fascinating that you can pick any lock that's supposed to be super secure in a few minutes with 2 tiny little sticks and gain access to somebody's property, somebody's car, somebody's things that they worship and that they value. So you need to find something that you're interested in. If you're not, you're going to be bored to tears and you're going to give up very soon. Okay, next thing is, does the industry have local search? Okay, if you're going after the rank and rent industry, then it's essential that you've got local search in the industry. If you haven't got local search, you're not going to go after rank and rent on a national basis. You might do once you're very experienced and once you really know what you're doing, like a lot of affiliate marketers do, and they target national keywords and single keywords, and they make a lot of money doing it. But you have to start at the beginning. So does it have local search? Now, what I mean by local search is, does it have location modifiers? Okay, in my case, locksmith Manchester. In a lot of cases, handyman in Manchester, handyman in London, plumber in location. So you kind of understand that it must have local search, okay? You've got to be able to say yes to all these when you're choosing your industry. Is there plenty of search, or is it a high value industry? In other words, you either need a lot of searches. If you're selling leads at $20 a piece, then you need a ton of them to make a decent amount of money. Okay, if you're renting the site out at $400 a month, then you're going to need quite a bit of search if it's a low value industry. There's no point renting out sites at $40 and $50 a month because you're never going to make any money. Or is it a high value industry like water damage, where they can go in and they can make 10, 15, 20 grand. So they don't mind paying $100 a lead, knowing full well they might only get 1 in 10, because when they do pick up a lead, it's worth 10 grand to them, so it's costing 10%, so they're happy to pay it. So what you need to be looking at is there plenty of search in the industry, or is it high value? Okay, very important. Are there companies doing pay-per-click advertising in the industry? Now you'll think, well, that's got nothing to do with rank and rent and everything else, but it has. Okay, is it commercially viable is what I mean. Okay, if people are doing pay-per-click, it means people in that industry are willing to pay for leads. And if they're paying for leads via Google, pay-per-click, they're paying more than they will be paying you for the leads every single time. Okay, AdWords is a rip-off. But if there's pay-per-click in the industry, you know full well that industry is commercially viable and you can sell those leads. So check it out. Do some Google searches. It's not difficult. Are there lots of companies in the industry? Right, the reason I'm asking this is you don't want to go after an industry where it's tied down by 2 or 3 major players and nobody else has got a look in. If you go after an industry that's like that, you're going to be in a situation where you can't sell the leads because they think, well, I don't care. If it doesn't go to, it's going to come to me anyway. If you're outranking them in the top 4 spaces on page 1 of Google and they're number 5, well, they're like, well, there's nobody else. I'm not going to buy it off you. None of my competition's going to buy it off you. So go away, so to speak. So what I'm saying is, are there lots of companies in their industry? There has to be lots of companies in that industry. It can't be something that's controlled by 2 or 3 major players, okay? Is the industry easy to enter and not hampered by legislation? Right, now this isn't essential, but it is when you're starting out. Right, there's no point in you going through and getting lots and lots of paperwork to say I'm allowed to do this, I'm allowed to trade as this, I'm allowed to be a lead generator in this industry, or I'm allowed to work in this industry. I'm not going to mention any specific industries, but if it's hampered down by legislation, you're starting with a real uphill battle from day one. You're going to invest a lot of money, a lot of time, and you might create 4 different niches, and only 2 of them might make you a good income, okay? So what I'm saying is, if it's hampered by legislation and it's difficult to enter the industry, I would probably avoid it at the beginning, just while you know the process and you can learn it, okay? So if the industry is hampered by legislation and things like that, it's got large barriers to entry, then I'd probably look somewhere else to start with. Are there small companies in the industry? Excuse me. Right, and what I mean by this is, small companies are much more likely to buy leads off you. If you're going and you're speaking to multinational organizations, they're going to want to sit down, they're going to want you round with the board of directors, there's going to be contracts in place, there's going to be solicitors involved, there's going to be all sorts of crazy stuff that you just don't want to get involved with, where Joe Bloggs down the road, who likes to fix leaky toilets, he's happy to turn around and say, yeah, I'll give you $20 every time your phone rings, no problem at all. So what I'm saying is, are there small companies in the industry? There has to be small companies, okay? Now, there's a checklist of this down the bottom, so you can print it off as a PDF, and when you're looking at your industries, you can check this out, okay? But quick recap is, are you interested in the industry? Okay, does the industry have local search? Is there plenty of search, or is the industry of high value? Are there companies doing pay-per-click in the industry? Are there lots of companies in that industry, and is the industry easy to enter or not hampered by legislation? And are there lots of small companies? Okay, quick tip on the next chapter. Emergency services are easy pickings. Okay, fast money, easy pickings, roofing, plumbing, locksmiths, water damage, garage doors, towing, mobile mechanics, and auto locksmiths. Those industries, super easy pickings, okay, because people need them now. It's not an industry where people are window shopping. Okay, when they're going out looking for a painter or a decorator, or when they're going out and looking for a home remodeling company or something like that, then they window shop. They want a beautiful looking website, okay? If you're not the best at web design yet, then choose an emergency service to start with. And this is not a comprehensive list, but this is a list. It's a good place to get started, because if you're going after the emergency services industry, the money is there quick. People pay fast. The jobs are complete fast. There's no long-winded, okay, well, like in the solicitors industry in the UK, some of the claim stuff, they can't pay you up front. They have to pay you afterwards. Which is I don't understand why the legislation says that, because people pay for PPC on Google. It doesn't make any sense, but apparently some sort of legislation that stops them from paying you up front. And when I've dealt with solicitors, I've always had to get them paid after the event, after everything's gone through, off the whatever they've earned from the company. Unless they were tricking me, I don't know. But that's because I'm a small company and I don't go and sit with a board of directors and thingy when I'm doing it. But if you're going to go after something early on, when emergency services, your sites don't need to look amazing. These sites don't need to look absolutely fantastic. So you've got like roofing, plumbing, locksmiths, water damage, garage doors, towing, mobile mechanics, auto locksmith. Pest control is another one, really, really good. And there's tons of them, tons of these emergency services, but very, very popular industries. Let's have a look what's very popular. So a lot of people like to go after these industries. So you've got your appliance repairs, okay, which is good, because there's a heck of a lot more kitchens these days have got integrated appliances. So when you think to yourself, I'm not going to pay someone 150 quid to come out and fix my washer, I'll just buy another washer, it's only 500 quid or 600 quid or whatever it is. But appliance repair for integrated appliances is huge, okay? Auto repair, the mobile mechanics and stuff like that, or auto locksmiths. Carpet cleaning's huge. Garage door repairs. Plumber, pest control, personal injury attorneys, locksmiths, roofers. You got water damage repair, website agencies like web designers, web building. You got wedding planners, window companies, chiropractors, dentists. Dentists are really big niche. Divorce attorneys. You can actually put the dentist in the emergencies as well, because there are actually emergency dentists. Electrician, again, could have been added to the emergency stuff. You've got your handyman, which is building things like flat pack, putting up garage sheds, all sorts of crazy stuff, putting up TVs on walls. Cleaning is a massive industry. It's not big money on a per lead basis, but cleaning's huge. HVAC, again, huge. Lawn care, painting and decorating, photographer, sorry, I couldn't say it, pressure washer, remodeling contractor, and tree services. So these are all really popular industries, and these are industries which are great to get started in. Okay, so if you're going to get started in something, probably choose one of these. If you're very new to it and you're starting out your first rank and rent, I would go after emergency services. It's easy pickings to get started, and the cash will start to come in faster. Okay, download the PDF from the below this video. The next video will be coming up on this playlist shortly, next few days, and I'm going to build these gradually as they go and release them so that you guys can follow them step by step. So if you're starting out now and you've only just discovered this channel, or you want to get into rank and rent, you want to get into lead generation, then let's start with a hybrid business model. And what you're going to do is you're going to be building these to start with in the rank and rent industry. Once you've chose your niche and everything else, we'll get on to the next step. So don't take it too fast. Just choose an industry. Just do some research. Take your time, do some research, download the checklist, and tick off everything to make sure, okay, that's an industry I'm interested in. It's got some sort of, people are doing pay-per-click in it, and let's move forward from there. Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.